All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out here so everybody get joined in. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Traders, let me. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Happy Monday. Fed week. So looking forward to that, I guess. Let's see if they come up with negative interest rates and see if they buy or sell the news. So that should be an interesting one. So anyway, guys, today we are going to continue our conversation on chart patterns that work. All right, and so today we're going to be looking at the cup and handle pattern. Okay, but we're going to kind of show on the intraday day trading basis, right, how these actually set up and what we can do with it. So it's pretty cool stuff. All right. So before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, so let's check. First, we're going to check and see where we left off the market, and then we're going to go over the topic, and then we're going to take questions and chart requests. So let's do that here. So SPX, the S&P 500, the S&P cash. Let me get it so I can see everything here. Okay, good. Yeah. So the S&P, what a move up today. 41 points, came right back to the mid-Bollinger Band on the monthly chart here. So that is very interesting. We have a few trading days left this month, 3 more left. And let's see if they can push it. Let's see if they can get above it and keep going. So it's pretty interesting. We got Fed on Wednesday, and we got Apple and Amazon reporting this week, and so Tesla's reporting, all sorts of other good stuff. So it should be a very, very interesting week here as we continue forward. So anyway, up above the 50 monthly moving average here. So we're back above the bear market territory line. And let's see if that holds through the Fed this week. Weekly chart, inside week last week, starting to take it up a little bit. Open gap here on the weekly. Okay, so let's see if we can get some more upside movement and fill that gap and see if that serves as resistance or if we can get above that there. So good stuff there. Daily chart, amazing. We showed live, I think, on the lunchtime market update or at the daily market wrap. I think it was at the daily market wrap that we pushed above the recent trend box high right here. So we're no longer in the trend box. We shifted the trend line over, and we are back into bullish until proven otherwise territory as we're over the upward trend line, right? And we're stalking the 200-day moving average here. We're above the cloud. So let's see if we got some room to go on the RSI too on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the intraday price action. So pretty interesting stuff, right? We gapped up today. At first, it looked like it wanted to try to fade that gap, right? We had an upper shadow right here, but it really couldn't break below that 15-hour below, and we reversed, had a nice tight 15-hour high right here, and then pushed up a little bit, and then we had kind of some choppy action here on the SPX today, right? Pulled back a little bit, got a 3 white soldiers move, couldn't get any follow-through on that one, a lot of sideways action, and they tried to push into the close, and then they flushed it right at the end. So they got it a little bit, it was a little tough day on the SPX today. This really wasn't the one to look at today. The one to look at today was the IWM, right? The Russell. Right, the small caps, banks, retail, small caps did well today. So all the big names were kind of like, kind of a little bit today, right? But here we had a big move off the Russell today. That was really the move today. A couple inside 15s here that worked their way up today. So pretty impressive stuff. Anyway, back to the SPX. We take a look at these levels every day. So let's pull up the levels here on the 5-minute chart. And these are the levels that we provide to our members before each market opens. So you can see how the levels were pretty tight. We just kind of went back and forth and tested them, right? And just kind of tested a few of those. We filled an open gap here on the daily too, right? So pretty good, pretty sensible moves today. I mean, we really kind of stayed within a channel. I know it was a choppy channel, but we stayed pretty bullish today for the most part. So good stuff. Okay, so today we're going to continue our discussion here on chart patterns that work, and we're going to be talking about the cup and handle pattern. So, what is the cup and handle pattern? Well, technically, the cup and handle pattern is. Let's go to the SPY because we're going to be using this as examples here. So, the cup and handle pattern basically there's an up move. I'm going to show you what the pattern looks like. There's an up move here, right, and then we form this kind of cup-like pattern. And then it gives you your handle, right? And then you get this. Then you get your breakout, right? So the concept is you want to confirm above here, and then you get going, right? That's the idea. And so what it's very similar to the head and shoulders pattern, right? Except the head and shoulders kind of pattern has this. Again, once again this week, the one thing I want to emphasize is that all these patterns come from a geometric line, right? So they come from some level of support and resistance off of pivot levels, right? So let's take a look. So basically what we're looking, so here, let's say like, we could have, a potential cup and pattern here, right? Here could be your cup, right? Here could be your handle, right? And then if we break out above that, we get some more upside movement, right? That's the idea. So the whole key is to train the eye to look for these geometric levels, and then you see if a pattern is setting up around it. That's really kind of the easiest way to do it. So let's go to the 1 minute chart, and let's trace back over the last couple days, and I'll show you on SPY how this thing likes to set up. Now sometimes it does it in the form, right, of a it does it in the form of a well, we were talking about like the head and shoulders pattern right here. But if you go and you look and you put up a geometric level right here, right, you can kind of see that this is starting to form something, right? So, if you go here, right, you can say, okay, well, hey, this is forming the cup pattern right here. Maybe you could go like this, right? Maybe it's forming a cup right here. But, right, we need to get some sort of confirmation candle to get out of there, right? And then, so that didn't work, right? So eventually you kind of see this, and then you can see here that just off of these levels right here that we did form a nice little cup pattern right here, right? Double bottom, right? Also 2B reversal, which we'll be talking about this week. And then we had our handle. Okay, and then we confirmed out of that, right? And we got a nice move up, right? We got a breakout move out of here, and then we worked our way up a little bit, right? So, not huge, but it's still a decent move, right? And, you could look for momentum moves through those levels too, right? So you have your cup, you have your handle, right? You got a momentum move up through the next one, right? So these are, the cup and handle is not my favorite. It's not as significant as the as the head and shoulders, but it can move. Like here, this was a nice little cup and pattern handle right here, but it never broke out, right? So so you can look at sideways ones too, right? You kind of look here, right? Here's a cup, here's a handle, that type of thing. Okay, so let's go back 5 days here, and let's kind of check back here in history and see what we saw that was going on here. Okay, so here we had a nice little, essentially cup and pattern handle here as well. So once you get these geometric lines up, they can really help, right? So once you see that there's something going on, it's like, well, why does it keep pivoting off of this? Well, okay, when you see that second pivot, you put a line on it, and you kind of look. Oh, there's a third pivot right here. So here's your cup. Here's your upward line. Here's your cup. Right, here's your handle. Here's your confirmation bar, and then boom, gets right to our next level right there. So, pretty nice stuff on that one. Where else? Where am I? Okay, so I'm kind of moving forward here. Okay, good. All right, so let's go here. All right, got a little bit of a couple different little cup type patterns right here. This cup right here, big handle, right? Ended up kind of breaking out a little bit, but not giving too much, right? But it held. Okay, so tight stop on that one potentially. Okay, look at this. You get these pivots right here. Perfect. Cup. Get your upward movement right here. Cup. Extended handle. And breakout gets you up to the next level on that one. Okay. Good. Oh, this is a good one right here. Right at the 15 orb high too on the 23rd. Okay. Cup. Make your move up. Cup. Consolidated handle. Right at the 15 orb high, and then see ya. It gets it gets to the next level and then keeps working its way back up. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This one did a cup and handle, didn't do anything. Okay, never broke out. Right? Cup. Handle. Nothing. Right? Didn't do anything. Okay? Here's a new fresh level right here. Cup. Those are all right here. Handle. Breakout. Boom. Right to the next level. This is here we go. One right here. Okay, cup, handle, have a nice day. Right? Same. Okay. Cup, handle, take it, see you next time. Right? I mean, you can see how effective these are on an intraday basis, right? So pretty good stuff. Definitely ones to look for. You can look at it in the SPY. You definitely want to find stuff that's, the SPY does really good with these intraday chart patterns. And of course you can look at these on the bigger chart patterns too, but for day trading, great stuff here. Because the 1 minute chart, like I said, the main thing on the 1 minute chart, you don't want to zoom, you don't want to, get stuck in looking at, every little tick and every little thing that's going on. It'll freak you out, right? So that's why you kind of want to have a picture more of a picture like this, right? On the cup on the 1 minute chart. So you can just kind of see, you kind of squint your eyes a little bit and kind of see the patterns forming, right? And then, right, you look for your breakouts, right? So look for a breakout move, something that makes sense right there. And a lot of times, and we've talked about this in the past too, a lot of times these cup and handle type patterns correspond. What do we have here? We have C8 on this. So a lot of times these cup and handles correspond, right, with other cool levels too, right? So we like our inside 15s, right? So you can see right here we had a nice little inside 15 level right here, right? So that actually ended up giving us a level here that ended up giving us a breakout, right? So if you want to tune out the noise of the 1 minute chart, you can look and see if there's any candlestick patterns that are setting up on the bigger charts, right? So this ended up being a double inside 15 within that cup pattern, right? And that double inside 15 ended up breaking out right there. So you can kind of zoom out, but when you get into the guts of the bigger candles, right, you can see those chart patterns setting up. But we've talked about in the past, but I think it's always a good area of review. So anyway, good stuff. Well, hopefully you guys found that helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. All right, let's get the daily chart up here. We have a few out there. Give me 1 second. I'd have one question, and I want to make sure I have an answer pulled up for that one. Give me 1 second right there. Playlist. There we go. Cool. Good. All right, so let's check and see what we got. So we got a few chart requests that came in through Twitter. So Mark sent in a few here. So the first one is going to be Boeing. So let's take a look at Boeing and see what it's up to. Okay, well, the main thing we need to think about with Boeing is it's heading into earnings now, right? So we're not really looking at doing any big swing trades on this one. 420, so we got it in 2 days before the market opens. So this is going to be Wednesday morning on Boeing. So that's basically what we're looking for. Now, some news came out on Boeing after hours that said they're opening up the South Carolina plant and the South Carolina 787, plant, work. And so that's, kind of bullish for it too. It's just not really breaking down any farther. It gave a little bit of a move down. We had this on the free game plan idea. It kind of gave a little bit of a push down at the open here, which was nice. Right, nice momentum move here through all the pre-market and aftermarket levels. We pointed this out at the open. Members did well on this one today, so it was a nice move down. And then it worked its way back up. Had a little bit of news. I think like the CEO was talking today. Nice little inside 15 up for a reversal off of that one, right? So nice moves there on Boeing. Let's just kind of see what it has in store for earnings. If we can get above these pivot levels, we might start to see a short squeeze on it. You got a major pivot level right here, right? So let's see what it has in store. If it's weak, right, below this 89, just say bye to Boeing, right? So we got that going on. Netflix, again, working its way over. See if this pulls up here for us. Yep, we're working its way over to the upward trend line. Okay, so it's kind of bull flagging towards this trend line right here. Again, I like that it's after earnings. The premiums are still pretty high, but it's just because volatility is still high overall in the market. But it's just getting kind of up there a little bit. But let's see what it does. See if it tags that trend line there, gives us a little bounce off of that. So right now it's just kind of in the blah zone, but it is holding essentially the ADMA on that one. Scott sent in a request also via Twitter, so let's take a look here. So I've got Zoom. So Zoom with a kind of a slippery hot dog pattern, right? So it had a nasty day on Friday, but they really did buy the dip on this one early, and then it kind of fizzled out, right? So it basically found resistance at this prior resistance level here, right? And we can see that it basically came back today. So a couple interesting things, right? So it had our 60 anchors set up right here. Gave a momentum move at the open, right through this kind of little triangle breakout here at the open. Consolidated a little bit, gave another triangle inside 15 up to the 15 orb high. I love this 15 right here because that worked its way up. Now look where it did. It came right to this breakdown selling pressure line right here. Okay, that's why it's important to always kind of know what's going on with stocks, right? So yesterday we had that news Friday we had that news that came out about Facebook opening, like doing their video conferencing thing, which could possibly compete with Zoom, and Zoom just tanked, right? But look what it did, right? And it bounced. It failed to get above. It failed to get a 50% retrace on that, and it broke down again right here. So that level, right, was important today. Look how well it played in today with this resistance level right here. So we worked our way up, and it just couldn't get over it, right? So there's still a lot of selling pressure in that area. So that's kind of what's going on with Zoom right now. Again, if we can get over those levels and over today's highs, we might be able to work our way up a little bit. It's got a lot of work to do to get up there. Okay, Daryl sent in a few via Twitter as well. So we've got Baidu. Baidu, last time I checked, was really choppy. Yeah, it's just in this chop slop zone in here. It's range bound right now. Nothing going on with this thing until we could get a breakout move on it. It's just in range bound. It's got a lot of room. It's a big range too, so it makes it really difficult. Baidu can do this, and this is blah, right? So that's a tough one to really mess with. Might be a good one to sell some premium for a little bit, but something to look at right there. Work. This is a failed head and shoulders move, right? So we talked about this the other day. Here's your shoulder, head, shoulder, right? So at this point, maybe it's kind of doing a little cup and handle-ish type pattern. All these kind of combinations right there at these levels right here. It's got to get over 30 and close above it and be strong, right? For work to kind of be back in play again. Otherwise, it's kind of in the blah, kind of in the chop zone as well. Shirley sent in a few right here. So NAT, Reed, I think you asked about this one yesterday, didn't you? Or 2 days ago? When we drew these lines on, we're like, yeah, if we can get over these levels, it should be pretty good to go. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting it to do this, right? Look, a huge gap and go today. NAT, goodness gracious, what a move today. I tell you, this one popped on the radar. I was like, really? Inside 15 up, right? Look at that, it's up after hours, too. This thing's incredible. What do they even do? Nordic American Tankers. Tankerness craziness continues as product carriers hit record high. I mean, just amazing stuff. So anyway, something very interesting one to keep an eye on right here. Big candle day, big breakout move. Again, see if there's a chance to push over today's highs going in tomorrow. So that's looking pretty bullish there, Shirley. Twitter, and thanks again for emailing these in. Twitter, trying to work its way up here, right? So we got some geometric levels right from down here. If it'll click for us, there we go. Right, oh, look at that, holding those geometric levels perfectly, right? So a couple levels right here as well. It's starting to get above it a little bit. The only thing is we got earnings coming up at the end of the week, right? Or, at the end of the month here, which is pretty soon, right? 3 days. So let's see how it does. It's starting to break out of here above the cloud. Nice volume today. Upper shadow. It's had a lot of strong days recently. So again, nice little move on Twitter there today. It's got over its 50-day. Seems like it's lagging, kind of like the rest of the tech sector a little bit, but we might see another move, another push up on that if they try to do an earnings run on it. And then Siri. All right, yeah. So Siri inside day up, right? So we're this way here to the 50 moving average. We got earnings on this one tomorrow. So that should be pretty interesting to see what this does here. This has been a penny stock for such a long time. Really, really tricky. But see if we can get up over some levels right here, get over the cloud, and try to get going. And then Kroger. Up 32 cents today, inside day up. Let's see. Hold on one second. Up 32 cents today, not an inside day up, but it actually had this little kind of hammer up here. Decent volume coming in. This thing, is a good one to keep an eye on. Right, we might be trying to break out a little bit here. So look, we can get above today's highs for another move up on Kroger. And then CGC. Yeah, pot stocks were strong this morning. Wow, CGC actually had a really nice move today and finished up strong too. They were strong this morning. Let's see. Let's take a look there. One second. Yeah, that's good enough to put on the list. I love how it's coming out of the cloud right there. Let's see if that can get some follow through in tomorrow. Very, very nice triangle. This is a breakout move right here, guys. So let's keep an eye on this one for tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, had some strong moves right there. I love the pullback here to the 15 orb. Oh, it's already up. It's already above the highs. This thing is going. But inside 15 up right here. I mean, I don't know if yeah, all the pot stocks were strong today. No, really, just strong. So breakout move today. So look, see if it just continues to push above. Right, 200-day moving average is a possible strong area for it. So looking good. Nice one, Shirley. Dylan sent a few in via Twitter. So work we already looked at. I'm going to skip over that one because of the head and shoulders. You can kind of go back and watch that on the recording. Snap, let's see. Snap had a nice move today. Snap had a good move today. A couple nice setups intraday. Right, closed pretty strong. Got over this inside day level. Next level to get above is that one right there. Right, but definitely working its way up on Snap, or appears to be working its way up on Snap. CGC we just looked at. APT. Still in the triangle, so that's not ready yet. Let's see if we can get a breakout move on that one. Lake. Let's see if this data pulls up for us. Okay, so Lake still in the triangle here too. So let's wait, see if we can break down or break out one way or the other on Lake Codex. Not DOX. That was weird how that kind of came through. Sorry guys, data's taking a little bit longer to load. Yeah, so this had a great breakout candle right here. Kind of a pennant, Tried to break out today and kind of came back in. So that's your resistance level there. Let's see if we can close above that. And then bam. Okay, this one's pretty tight here too. Okay, triangle, still within that triangle range. Really, really tight. Okay, so keep an eye on that one. Could be interesting on a breakout on that too. Good. Rahul, what's going on? mRNA. Let's take a look. mRNA. Okay, so this one's interesting, right? So this one really pulled back off this intraday. It gapped above it and came back into the range. It may still want to test those low end of the range, but let's see if we can close below the 8-day. The 8-day moving average, and maybe come back and test a couple of those lows right there, but definitely on the bearish radar. CCL. Carnival. CCL is still really, really tight right here. Trying to break out, but it's still within that range. See if we can get above this high right here, which is 1373. So let's see if we can close above that bullishly with some increased volume. And then AEO. Hey, yo. Okay, yeah, decent candle today. Not a lot of volume, but there may be some accumulation going on here. A lot of volume the last 4 days. So see if that can hold. You got ex-dividend coming up soon too. Retail was strong today. Right, the retail sector was strong today. Inside 15. These things just like went all day today. So very, very nice moves on those. FCX. Let's see if they get some follow through. FCX. Slow data coming in tonight. That's okay. Yeah, so FCX pretty good right here. We closed above these levels. I'd like to see some more volume, right? So a little volume after earnings, but kind of nothing right here. So again, it's something to keep an eye on. Copper and gold type stuff. But looks interesting. BBBY. Oh yeah, BBBY was awesome today. What a move on BBBY, up 22% today. Incredible move here. This one really kind of was the one. It was the first one on the radar. Big move today. Now, is it going to get follow through? Not sure. Upper shadow could barely close above these levels right here under the 50-day. But intraday, fantastic stuff, right? Nice inside 15 up right here, right? Another inside 15 to kind of work its way up today. Kind of drifting a little bit after hours. So let's see if it gets any follow through. Look to see if it gets over today's high over the 50-day moving average right there. So I'd like to see it, close over $7 or try to give a momentum push through there. ZEK, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Matt. Let's take a looky look. I tried to get above it gapped above these levels right here and came right back in the triangle range. So that's kind of a little bit of a dud there today. CCL. We just looked at, right? It's starting to. It's still in this range right here, but it's definitely showing some interest today. And then glop. Glop. Yeah, this is a good one. I know you mentioned this one yesterday, I believe, and it's getting some nice follow through the upside today. A little declining volume, but it's doesn't mean it's not working its way up. So good stuff on that. Good. Danny, CZR. Yeah, the casinos did well today. Win was on the radar today. MGM. Nice stuff. Yeah, cleared the cloud, cleared the 50-day. So that's good. It's basically entering right into like some gap resistance right here. So, but see if it can start to push its way up and try to get into that gap and try to work its way up. So it makes it seem like they're going to be opening these casinos soon. So we'll see how that goes. UAA. Under Armour. Still within the range right here, but decent little candle today. See if we can break out of this with some authority. So that'll be interesting. Good stuff, Danny. Thanks for tuning in. Michael, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Matt, what's going on? Yeah, Lulu. Great candle today. Great candle today. I believe it closed above this high. 226.42. Yeah, 226. Beat it by like 40 cents or so. So sneaky little move today. I like it. It's pretty strong, right? A little bit of gravity here below the cloud, but I like the volume today. That's nice. So next level's up, potentially this 233, and you got this 235 up here too. So that could be interesting. Diz, great move intraday today. Decent close too. Let's see. One sec. Decent move. Still range bound. Still below the 50-day, but it got into the cloud here. Let's see if we can get constructive and get over those levels. mRNA. Yep, Moderna slid down a little bit today in that inside day. So let's see if it kind of works and tries to test that inside day low and gets below that 8-day moving average. Right, and NKE, Nike. Schnikes. All right, let's take a look. So yeah, it's basically just kind of range bound here by the 200-day moving average. So let's see if we can get above that 200-day moving average with some volume, try to work its way up. Good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Another kind of retailish type name. So good. Good, Michael. Yeah, BA. What happened, please? Uh, what do you mean? So basically, bearish candle. We broke down under the channel right here. Bearish candle yesterday with some volume. Got a little bit of follow through the downside at the open, and then I think the CEO was talking about like blah blah 737 max coming, but the same old story that they do, and then they bought the dip a little bit on it today, and then it chopped around. So it was just a quick little move on that, but great short opportunity at the open, right? And yeah, and we got earnings coming up, so that's kind of what's going on there. Brian, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, glad you can make it. Yeah, definitely. If you like it, definitely click subscribe. We do this every market night. We go over technical ideas, chart requests, questions, things like that. So good. Glad you can make it. NVTA. Decent move today, right? I mean, there's no doubt that it had a good move today. So a little bit of an upper shadow and kind of below that 200-day moving average. So that's kind of where I really want to see it kind of get above there. But I like what it's up to. Rocky, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. LH. Finally. Finally moving right before earnings. They make it so difficult, don't they? We've been waiting for a decent breakout on this one in a while. But see if we can push it over today's highs. It might give a little bit of an earnings run. So it's got earnings this week. But yeah, I mean, basically the diagnostic company, right? So big one here with Corona tests. SNV. Okay, yeah, SNV looks good. Nice move right there. A little bit, still in this range. Still kind of range bound, but it's definitely showing interest in getting out of there. So let's see if we can have another strong close on that one. Good, Brian, yeah. So could you recommend some videos to study on Greek? So I would definitely check out this right here, this playlist. I posted it in the chat. It is a playlist that we did a few months back, maybe half a year back. But basically, options made easy, and we go through the Greeks on there. So it's a really cool one. It kind of gets into it in pretty good detail, and it gets you a clue of what to look at. It tries to make sense of it all. And then yeah, Tesla, strong day today, guys, up 73 points. Pulling back a little bit after hours, but anything can happen, right? But really strong candle right here. Earnings coming up this week, right? So what is that? Wednesday after the market. So wow, this is going to be a very, very interesting week this week. Kind of working on a little bit of a cup and handle type pattern here. It's basically kind of getting out of it today. So let's see if we get some follow through over today's highs, right? And it also shifts its little trend line right here to bullish, just like that. So good, because we put a fresh high out of this trend box here. So good stuff. Yeah, Tesla very strong today. Super strong at the open. We've talked about the pre-market stuff before, right? Look at that. Look at that nice little geometric line breakout, just tight triangle at the open, and boom. See, Tesla loves to do that at the open when it's ready. So definitely always keep an eye out for those. Anyway, nice stuff there. And then it chopped around towards the highs and ended up giving a nice little finish. So good stuff. Ryan, Facebook, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so Facebook kind of did everything we talked about last night, right? We wanted to see it gap above the 200-day moving average, and it did that. It just couldn't hold it, right? Came back in a little bit. Gave a couple good short setups intraday. Right, had this kind of little shooting star pattern right here off the ADMA and kind of worked its way down, right? Kind of trickled its way down below there. So some pretty good stuff right there. But yeah, unfortunately, week at the open was hoping for some good follow through on this one, but just kind of gave up at the 200-day. Earnings coming up here soon too. Cloud Guy, what's going on? Piton. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Piton, yeah, it's trying right here. Look at that. Remember our fib fan line discussion right here? So it's kind of working its way up the fib fan lines here. A couple upper shadows, so just watch out for that. Could get some downside follow through or breaks down below today's lows. And work, kind of same thing, right? We talked about that a little bit earlier. But again, you got your head and shoulders pattern that failed. Right? It's kind of coming back here. Maybe it's working on sort of a shorter term kind of cup and handle pattern. So good, Brian. Yeah, go take a look at Intel. Yep. Baba and Spy. Yep, so Intel, big reversal off earnings on Friday, right? That was kind of the big deal right there. It gapped out of the cloud and the 50 and bounced off of it nicely, right? Great day on Friday, and today just kind of a relaxing day for it. Just kind of paused a little bit, but it closed above the highs, right? Up 21 cents. So see if it gets some follow through over today's highs for a little more upside movement. Possible doji sandwich in the works. Baba. So Baba, interesting here, right? 3 red candles here in a row, right? And this one actually was also down. So that's actually 5 red candles in a row right here, coming off of an upper shadow off of this key level, right? So it does look like it's working on a larger cup and handle type pattern, but got to wait a few days for that one to see what kind of materializes on that. And then the SPY. Yeah, so the SPY doing pretty good, right? So we shifted the trend line over, so we're bullish till proven otherwise. We got above the cloud. Now we're kind of, this hammer right here was kind of its, last attempt to try to push before it continue to push down. So that's a real key level right there, right? So that high, that level is a little bit of a gap, right? So, so that was the scene of a breakdown. So see if we can get above those levels and try to work its way up. Good, Brian. Where'd you go? There we go. TBLT. Tough Built Industries. Cool. Yeah. Big gap up recently, kind of hanging out up there. It kind of makes me think that they're an acquisition candidate. Oh, they had good sales with Amazon. Okay, not just up on, I guess, Amazon news from the other day. So good. So yeah, so they had some good news there. I mean, it's penny stock, right? It's getting kind of tight in here. Today, a little bit of, not as much volume as you'd like to see, right? But not as big as a volume candle as you'd like to see. But definitely started some volume coming in on this before the big gap up right here. So see if it's trying to break out of this this triangle right here. It could be interesting. And NAT. Yeah, that's the Nordic American Tanker Show. I mean, just incredible move on this one. Very impressive. See if we get some follow through the upside into tomorrow. MSF. Oh, not MSFT. Sorry, I'm just so used to typing it. Motor memory. Well, I would have to imagine you meant Microsoft, so there we go. Because MSF just pulls up with some weird Morgan Stanley over-the-counter stuff. Yeah, so, I mean, we're kind of chopping around now, right? We're in the chop zone here. So, it's kind of a little bit of a triangle in the works. Just kind of see if, Microsoft can get out of this somehow. So, this is kind of in the choppy area. So earnings coming up pretty soon too, so it's probably waiting for that a little bit. Good. And the Qs. Yeah, the Qs, interesting. This is like the weaker sector, right? IWM was pretty strong today. We saw pullback names like Apple, Facebook, stuff like that. So the Qs are kind of blah. Amazon had a big pullback today too. So, but it's still over the macro trend line right here. We just got this next level to get above, so see if we can close above that. Found a little resistance there on the last breakdown. See if we can get above it, get some strength. And then TLT. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, so TLT pulling back a little bit, right? Market was, generally pretty strong today, so they weren't interested in the bonds today, so they pulled back a little bit. You're right, you're 21, right? You're 21 at EMA. So just see how that holds, right? It's kind of in those levels right there. 60 anchor. Okay, so 60 anchor, that's when the 60-minute chart without extended hours on. It's really the last 30 minutes, but on the 60, it's an inside candle, and it gives us key levels into the open. So I put a link there at the bottom of the chat box that kind of goes through a video where we talk about it. We kind of review anchors and stuff. So hopefully you find that helpful. So Mark, so in a cup and handle, the bottom of the cup can have several bottoms. Doesn't have, there's a little bit to that, right? There's there's a little bit of an art to it, right? I mean, technically, right, the pattern should be like kind of a little bit smoother type bottom and all that stuff. But you'll see folks that, just kind of give you a rough estimate of like, hey, this is cupping right here, that type of stuff. So yeah, so if you can kind of see like a little bit of a cup right there, you can kind of go with it. So I mean, it's not textbook, but it gives you that kind of feel, right? So you can see here there's like a cup and a handle. If we get over these levels right here, then you get your cup and handle breakout. That's the thing. Yeah, my pleasure. Handsome here, what's going on? Benefit of hindsight. Yeah, exactly. Archibald, what's going on? In relation to your lesson, is the SPY daily a cup and handle? Yeah, I think let's take another look here. Yeah, it is. I mean, technically, you have to have a move up, and we did. So we have that, and you've got your cup, Cup bottom right here. And you got your handle. So yes, absolutely. Nice little cup and handle pattern forming on the SPY right there. Great, great, great eye, Archibald. Awesome. Reed, fuel storage. Nice. Your friend called it. Nice. He's got the lucky clover touch. I know it's incredible. Yeah, dude, that looks pretty good. Let's go back. Let's look at it one more time and just kind of see what was setting up on it. I mean, just the volume coming in, guys. I mean, like one of my friends says, like elephants don't fit through doorways, right? When you see this kind of volume coming in of this no-name thing, right? It's like boom, right? There's your first day. Then boom, you get more volume, and then even pretty big volume on the inside day, and then boom, more volume here, and then boom, more volume, and then I mean, it just goes, right? A little bit of risk. You got to kind of hang on for the ride and all that stuff, but then you get your payday here today, so it's pretty good stuff. And then that EURN, I know, I remember you mentioned it yesterday. I mean, just incredible stuff, guys. It's the big thing about volume. So big gap on this one too. Not as blatant, right? I mean, I guess it was a little bit, right? We had some huge volume here on a couple of these candles. This is pain right here to deal with this, right? 'Cause sometimes you get those breakout candles and pulls back like that, but that NAT was definitely something was going on there out of nowhere, right? All that volume. So good. IIPR is strong in pot sector. They provide money to them. Oh, nice. Yeah. This is a good place to be. Yeah. Good. That's right. The industrial properties, right? Don't they provide like land too to grow and stuff like that, right? So, yeah, getting tight. Getting kind of tight in here, but let's see if we can give a breakout on this one way or the other. Nice. Tracy, what's going on? Good evening. Yeah, KSS retail today. Super strong. Coles, nice intraday movement, right? Let's get this pulled up here. Nice intraday movement, strong candle right here. Still range bound, but it definitely got him out from the lows today. I mean, just look at that. Oh, nice pullback. 3 candle bull flag. And just worked its way up nicely today. Beautiful move on KSS today. And then SPG. Simon Property Group, up $5 today, up 11%. Yeah, real estate. Home builders today, just everything except for tech for the most part, right? Big tech, high beta tech. So anyway, decent candle today. Again, still kind of blah. I mean, here's our trend line right here from that we looked at last time. Let's land that right there. There's your lows. There's your trend line. So really, it's got to get over this guy to get interesting. But it's starting to get there, right? Getting some volume coming in, so that's looking good. Good. Yeah, my pleasure. Ricky, what's going on? Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Manny, what's going on? Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, let's take another look at Baba here. It's just in this choppy cup and handle pattern, right? So I think it's working on a bigger possible cup and handle. So see about how it does when it gets back to these levels. See if we can get a breakout, and then see if we can go from there on Baba. It's got a lot of work to do. Baidu is just blah. It's just blah. I don't encourage selling iron condors, but this is definitely the range you want to be in to sell an iron condor. Right? I mean, it's just not moving anywhere. Amazon. Earnings this week. So nasty pullback today. Bearish engulfing candle. Right? Couple of setups today. Upper shadow here off the 80 MA. Nice move down today on Amazon. Team. Yep, Team's still struggling to get over these levels. I mean, it is just amazing how much it is respecting all these upper shadows, right? I mean, just brutal, right? So kind of maybe eventually going to do an uppercut. I mean, it had an epic move up right here, but it's just having trouble getting any higher. It pushed today and came right back in. Just nasty. Right? Boom, and then bleh. So tough. Earnings coming up pretty soon on that one. And then TTD. Yeah, TTD, I think it's one to keep on the radar. We had an inside day up today. Let's see if that can get any strength. I think it's looking pretty good. So just see if we can get any follow through. I like the gap up off the inside day. And I think I lost you guys. Where'd you guys go? There you are. Okay, good. Awesome. Thanks, Manu. Yep, there's those links right there. Where'd you go? Sumit, what's going on? Thoughts on trading the agro futures? Well, that is I like it. The lean hogs. So these are actually going up too, right? Because they're talking about meat shortages, right? Like a lot of people, workers in the pork factories, right, are had gotten sick, and it was reducing like the pork output, but then like the price of bacon has gone up, and there's a high margin product, and says yeah. So I mean, hogs have been going up. Pretty interesting stuff. And then hurl. 4 mil, right? Let's take a look. Pulling back a little bit there. See how it holds that 50-day. This could be interesting. And the cold storage play. See, you always come up with some cool ones. Yeah, you got to keep that meat stored if there's a shortage. It could be interesting right there. I mean, not kind of a funky little move right there, but yeah, cool. Americold. I would definitely just kind of keep an eye on these geometric lines here and see if they give us anything interesting, any sort of breakout move, kind of in the chop zone right here. It's a good. Oil tankers played well. Yep. Ichimoku, nice. Optimistic tops, Fro. Yeah, we looked at tops yesterday. This is such a tough one to trade right there. Yeah, upper shadow on the front line, STNG. Good coming out of the cloud today, still in the 200-day. AYTU. Nice breakout there. Look at that. Woo! Good candle on that one. We looked at that recently. It finally gave a breakout move, so that's one definitely to keep on the radar. And then iBio. Little lotto current play. Yeah, it could be still tight. Still tight. Could be interesting. And then FFIV. We'll delay in day to day. Yeah, so yeah, some good earnings today. You're right at the 200 days, so let's see if we can get above that, right? But we do have a fresh high right here, so we got a fresh trend line coming in. Boop. Right, and here's another key level too. We're kind of right at the 200 days, so just kind of watch those, and then that's your first target. Second target's up here at 139.70-ish. Good. YouTube day, what's going on? You read the link. China Valley of TLT could be 60 anchor play tomorrow. Yeah, normally I typically do the 60 anchors on like the high beta names, right? You get a little bit more of a move at the open, but it's something you could look at. If you go to the 60, let's take a look at TLT on the 60 without pre-market data. Yeah, so it did. It gave you a little 60 anchor move right there, right? So you can see if it breaks through that level one way or another. Sometimes if it gaps up, right, you could see a gap and go to the upside. It's a tool that we like to use, and it gives us key levels to trade at intraday. Nice find on that one. Alan, what's going on? Is there a way to calculate an expected move of a bull flag or a cup and handle? Yeah, so you basically take the other side of the flag, and let me see if I can find the pattern site here. They can usually, I don't know if he gives you. What was the other question? Cup and handle. Let's take a look. Let me see what I can find here for you real quick. Yeah, so I mean, this gives you like so Bukowski did a lot of calculations on these. So definitely go here and then look up the other ones too, and he gives you the percent of follow through on it, right? So like the percentage move follow through. So that's your cup and handle pattern right here through Bukowski. So you can kind of look at that there. He says here that the average rise is a 52% rise, of the candle or of the cup. So a lot of times you can see that. Some people like to think that it's the whole cup, give you a full move out of the cup, but he's saying about 50-something% of that, right? So just statistically. So there's that. And then the flag too, it's usually the other end of the flag, right? As you look for a move up, basically essentially the same thing. So if you had a flag right here, right, your flag, here's your candle, right? You would expect, something like, the concept is, right, from the lows. You would expect another move up like that. Traditionally, right? So, but if you have a flag, let's take a look at his statistics on that. So if you go to a flag pattern right here, there's a lot of flags, I believe. If you just a typical one, high and tight, no, that's one we're going to look at later. Just regular flags here. Average rise is 10%. So 10%. So just be with the flags. Sometimes they're not as big. Okay, but that's statistics on that one. Just some statistical research on those. So good stuff on that. Oscar, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Facebook. Let's take a look. Yeah, and Mark, I'm just kind of seeing yours. Yeah, it's just as I wouldn't even mess with it. It's just so cheap, and I wouldn't even. Yeah, just such a tight range. I wouldn't even deal with it. Yeah, so Facebook, big pullback here, gapped over the 200-day moving average and pulled back a little bit. Again, big thing is earnings coming up, right? So it reclaimed, a decent portion of the range. So at this point, we just want to wait for earnings and look for clues to see where we're going to gap to and then where we can go from there. And then Joseph, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, man. Hope you're doing well. DGX, another diagnostic one, right? Quest, as this gets pulled up. Whoa, big move on that one. So this is just a cut pattern. This one doesn't have the handle on it, but some people call it like a fry pan bottom, type move. So yeah, see if this thing can keep working its way up and see if we can get above the recent highs. But finally, a move on these things. Great job on that one. That's awesome. So nice move after earnings too. So yeah, so look at that the LH too, the lab course even get a similar move. Wow, finally got a good move on that one. And then TMO, Thermo Fisher, right? Let's get this pulled up here. Yeah, decent candle on this one as well. Nice close over all these levels. Looking good in the neighborhood. So see if that gets some follow through to the upside. I'm going to put that on the bullish radar for tomorrow as well. Where are we? There. And there. Good. Great stuff, guys. Great charts tonight, guys. Oh, Manu, FFIV potential upside target after a strong ER today. Wait, did you ask that already? Let's see. Well, somebody asked that. Yeah, so upside target again, it's still got to get over, right? It's still got to get over here, like this kind of 133-ish area, but then above that, your next pivot up, right, is this kind of 139 area, right? So still got to get over the 200-day, and then you got these, and then your next pivot up there is 150. So let's kind of see how it does that going into there. Smeet, yeah, how did PFE had a great day intraday today. Oh, it's up after hours? Nice. Yeah, what was the, like 150 is the next level up, next pivot up. Nice. PFE, pretty decent candle there, a little bit of an upper shadow, MRK. But either way, I mean, bullish days today, so we could look for upside follow through. It breaks over the high. So a little upper shadow again on this one too. So earnings coming up here soon too as well. So good. Nice, man. Yeah, up 146. Yeah, I think 150 is the next level up. So definitely keep an eye on that. FFIV. So we've got, let's see. Okay, yeah, 146 right there. Yeah, sometimes you got to sneak one of these in on me here that is up. So yeah, if it's at 146, that puts us up here. So it kind of puts us into the reversal candidate zone. So just watch that. It might come back and test 140. If it can't get above these pivot levels right here, we might see a reversal back down. Right, so just something to keep an eye on there. But it has been trending up nicely. Good. Good job. Joseph, yeah, my pleasure. Manu, yeah, have a good night. Archibald, yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. And also, whether you're new here or not, please click the like button. We always appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, for your comments and chart questions. I always appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a great night tonight. Stay healthy out there. And Michael, thanks so much too. Stay healthy, everybody. And hope you have a great trading day tomorrow. And just remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And have a great night, everybody. Thank you again.